2, 3, funky.
What's up, guys? How are we doing? Welcome back to Fun with Dom, where everyone is welcome. I'm your host Dom, broadcasting from London as always. Today's guest is my friend Nicholas. I hope that you will enjoy this new episode. Hello Nicholas, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well in these very strange times. Just about getting by, keeping sane. How are you doing? You keeping healthy?
I'm good. Yeah. Always. Bit of workout. Stay always healthy. Eat nice food. I lost a couple of kilos in these 3-4 weeks, so it's good. Can you tell about yourself to all the people that are listening that don't know you?
Yeah, so I'm Nicholas Taghavi. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. Most of my video work lies within music promos, live sessions, and documentaries. And my photography portfolio, my main focus is in portraits and live music photos.
He's an amazing photographer, guys. I can say that with a loud voice, and and also main things that is always found nowadays. He's an amazing guy as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I was lucky to meet him. I think it was last year, isn't it? Yeah, last year, South by West, and Anyway, let's go. Let's keep going. So, how did you start, Nicholas, to work in this business as a photographer, especially on concert side?
Well, photography came really late, actually. Photography, I kind of mastered. Well, not so much mastered it. I still am, but that kind of started in around 2017, 2018, when I was shooting video at a lot of live events, and then I just tested out some old vintage lenses I bought, an 85mm, which was really nice for some portraits, and then from then onwards, I started getting booked for just photography jobs. So it's not as easy to jump from video to photography. Some people from the outside may think they're quite similar, but they're very different. So a lot of time goes into kind of going over to photography from video.
Okay, so did you start at the beginning? Your start point was as a video maker, right?
Yeah. So I left school in 2008. And then I went to college where I was studying video production, where I was making, videos on YouTube. And in college, no one else wanted to act in these films. So I was the kind of person that was starring in it and directing it. So that was a very fun time. And then I went on to university. Graduated in 2014, where I then got my first job at the BBC Music Awards, and that was just as a production runner.
Okay.
So I was working on the outside broadcasting truck, making teas, making coffees for the crew, and that was kind of the first time I really got the bug for live music industry. That award show, from how long it was Ed Sheeran was performing, and
wow,
and he was performing Sing, that single, and then Calvin Harris was performing as well with John Newman. I don't know if you remember that track called Blame. Ellie Goulding played then, even One Direction. So that kind of job in itself really triggered off my interest to work in the live music industry. So then shortly after that, or not so much shortly, up until 2016, I was continuing to be a production runner. I worked on a few brand partnerships with record labels, with big brands. And then throughout those 2 years, at the end of it, I ended up doing a Bloomberg broadcast program at the Roundhouse, which was my introduction to live streaming and my first time working in a gallery. And yeah, that was kind of my birth as a music videographer and creating content within the sector itself. So working with a lot of upcoming musicians and artists, and ever since then I've been a freelance camera operator there throughout their live streams, and the Roundhouse has definitely played a massive part in my development in my career. So and what I'm about to tell you next, you probably don't know. You probably don't know too much about. But so after that, I then ended up doing a live touring production course.
Okay.
And because again, I was working in the Roundhouse, and I was just seeing all these other roles around me, like yourself, being a front of house engineer. You know, I saw LDs and how they were lighting up stages for me to film. And this competition came around with a South London marketing agency who partnered up with this live touring company, and I managed to win it. And
wow, I didn't know that.
So I got a place in the course, and I really enjoyed it because I saw certain elements of how you plan a production in video and how those kind of stages of paperwork, how can that can kind of be transferred to, especially up the touring side, as you already know of with you being a tour manager also. Finished that course, and then I went on to work on the MOBO Awards in 2016. I was just working for a events company at the time who were hosting it, and I was just a PA. It was just for a few weeks, and I was casting audience members to be present in the pits around the staging, where all the artists were going to perform. And then I was writing down artist bios for the presenters to mention in the nomination stages of the awards. So it was that period was kind of, I was balancing video, and then I was slowly getting this interest to work in live music.
And that's I need to say, sorry if I interrupt.
No, it's your turn.
That's really impressive, I need to say, because it's not easy to find someone that is I don't want to say able, but they want to learn more stuff rather than just keep doing what he does. And then nowadays I find more often people just concentrate on one side of the business. And they struggle to get into the business, but the way that you have done stuff, it was more smart, because you say, look, let me try to see how this stuff works in the real life, how a production is made, how this stuff is started, so maybe I can learn more, and at the same time I can make contact. So, and I see this as the right move to do, and a smart move to do. So at this point, my question would be, what advice would you give to someone that want to start to work in the same business that you work as a photographer for events, for concert?
Okay, I'll go back to my situation when I was back at college/university. So I had a lot of friends at school who were privileged enough to already have connections, whether it was in the industry itself or in other jobs. And I was unlucky enough not to have any links at that stage, you know, even through family. No one knew anyone that worked in the industry. So it was a bit frustrating whilst I was in uni, because I saw these other friends who weren't as educated, but they got their foot in the door quicker than I did. So, you know, I had to hold my head high, and I had to kind of get on with that. But then later on, you know, this job at the BBC Music Awards, the first production runner job I'd done.
Yep.
I was filming concert videos at a private school for a friend of mine. His dad was a guitar teacher there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just there filming these concert videos, and one of the dads of the kids that my friend's dad used to teach, he saw me, we spoke, and he was quite high up at the BBC at the time, and you know, that's kind of how that job first landed. So my advice really is take whatever job you can, because you never know who you're going to meet.
Yes.
Like who's going to be the attendee, who you're gonna kind of brush shoulders with. So yeah, and by that happening to me, I don't think that, you know, going to university was a waste of time, because it wasn't, because it really has taught me a lot, especially in my paperwork side to things of starting a production. And so yeah, you'll be surprised. You may have one really, you know, a job that doesn't look so great, but then, you know, something like that can come out of it. So that's definitely what I would say. Don't slap a job down ever.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's the same for me. I have done job until I think 2 years ago that I was just sit in a studio and doing studio sitting for band for literally not a lot of money, but I was able to meet new people and network with new people. So as I always say, you need to make sure that you have got a good network, you talk with a lot of people, and just, you don't need to be shy. Just sell yourself, say that's what I do, and try to do more stuff as possible. So if they ask you to do, as you have done, like production, different things, just do it, because that can help you to meet new people, learn new stuff in the same time. I'm going to ask you, what you like more, doing photography for concert, live events, or more like, I don't know, filming stuff?
Oh,
it's hard, isn't it?
It's a very hard question.
Okay.
So no, it's fine. I can kind of break that down for you, or maybe break down what I like about
yeah.
both. So throughout the documentaries that I've done, mainly in music, there's probably the first documentary that I'm really proud of was the one that I done for Mobo's, and I had teamed up with a South London singer-songwriter, 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐬. So big up to 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐬 with a Z. And yeah, I just really enjoyed just taking a step into his life, really, and just finding out about his influences, his funk and soul influences, and just going all the way up to Liverpool, to where he studied at Paul McCartney's University, LIPA. After kind of doing that, I really enjoyed capturing the whole process of an artist, which really, that whole thing, it really fascinates me, and it still does up until now, which is why I'm continuing to produce music documentaries. So in terms of video stuff, what I'm doing at the moment is I really enjoy doing that, and alongside a lot of my live camera operating stuff I do, which we'll talk later on about that, because it will relate a lot to you. But then going back to photos, I've really been getting into portrait stuff at the moment.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because I've just bought a makeshift studio with some stands and loads of colorama rolls. That again, it's a lot different to shooting live music stuff, because you've got to direct whether it's a talent or, you know, just a friend of yours, and the most important thing for me now to learn is how to make that person as comfortable as possible. You know. So yeah, that in terms of photography, and I'm not really giving you a straight answer. I'm just telling
No,
you.
but
I'm just telling you, the really good
yeah,
things about them both.
yeah.
Live music photography is it's really capturing that split second moment, which can
Mhm.
say a thousand things, and I've only recently started shooting festivals. Before that it was more event gigs, bands that were playing at small venues. But
Okay.
last year I shot 51st State Festival,
Wow.
which is probably more your vibe in terms of DJing
Yeah.
kind of side of things. I shot. Do you know Soul Clap
Yeah.
from
Yeah. Oh,
America?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I met them years ago, but yeah, I just reconnected with them when they were in town, and I got to shoot them. They're always fun. And then I done Reading Festival as well last year. I
Amazing.
shot Mini Mansions, and yeah, it's really it's really hard to kind of choose between them both, and I've got a lot more to learn. Sorry, on the photography side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you could tell, it's a very hard question
Yeah. No. And
to answer.
you know what? I appreciate the fact that you say that you still have got stuff to learn. And
Hmm.
I am not a photographer. I'm not a video photographer. I do my small stuff for like some basic stuff. But I can say that the stuff that you do for me is really good. I love it. I like it. And I know that I know you from here now. It's not a long time. But the stuff that I see on your social media, on your website is really good stuff. And I always appreciate the fact that people are really true about the facts that they want to learn and they want to keep learning new things. So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's
And
good.
just to finish off on that, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the reason why I wanted to come on here, not just because it's my first feature on the podcast, like I see what you're doing constantly,
yeah,
um, keeping the content coming out, and it's not like you're. There's a lot of people now, especially with
yeah,
the pandemic we're in,
yeah,
who are kind of just churning out content for the sake of it, and it
yeah,
isn't, and you can tell from different types of content, stuff that hasn't been thought out properly,
yeah.
or stuff that has been, and I see you, and I see the like consistency you have, from from when I first connected with you on
Yeah,
virtually and all that.
yeah.
So massive props to you for doing that.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Um, and yeah, I don't really see at the moment. I don't really see that many people with as much enthusiasm as you do to what you're giving the people.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you're always gonna have people that are like, oh, what, like he's posting so much, and like, oh,
Yeah.
aren't they gonna give it a rest, stuff like that, and you should just ignore people like that.
I'm gonna answer you all of this.
Yeah.
First things, thank you so much. I really appreciate uh, every word that you say, and for a guy like me, means a lot. And you know that that kind of guy that wants to say something is I'm saying from my heart is true.
Yeah.
Uh, Second thing, I started YouTube 13 years ago. My first account is named 𝐸𝐚𝐽, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I lost all my password and everything because it was an old account. And on that
Hmm.
one, I had all my video when I was a DJ. So I'm gonna send the link anyway, so you can check. But
Please
that was
do.
my first account when there is a there's a video where I play as a DJ without shirt, and that was 95 kilo. Like, and just to tell you that I never been ashamed of what I was doing or who I was, and I will never be for the rest of my life because
Of
that's how I
course.
look. And I was posting video of my service company that I had back in Italy. So there is quite a lot of stuff. I started YouTube and I started to podcast in 2018 again, just because I found myself in a new country by myself alone without a lot of friends. Um, and I said, you know what, I need to start to do something. I always been that kind of guy that want to help other people.
Hmm.
And I said, that's the best way that I can do it. Share my thing. At the beginning was just by myself. It was quite easy to keep up a long conversation and tell people my thoughts. And a lot of people don't understand that I am literally putting myself out there with the fact that I am not an English speaker. I've learned English doing by myself, and I've gone to school the first 2 years, and the 6 years I live in UK now. So for me, it's a challenger every day. And that's what I love. And I don't do this because I need to show anything to no one. Not because I want to be the best, because I want to show that I've got the best content out there. I do this, as you said, because I'm passionate about it. Everything that I do is literally done in detail, from the cover, from the sound, from the post on Instagram, the post on YouTube, everything, because I want to give people 100%. I'm not just because I want to be the best, because that's the way that I do. Everything that I've done in my life and everything that I do is 100%. Because I love what I do. And this is part of my work in one way, because I'm sharing idea from other people that work in the business. But I'm not just doing the normal podcast with some guy that explaining you how the desk is work. I'm just literally speaking with all the people that work in the even industry, because I want to try to help people that start to work in the business, and they can learn from other people that they already are in the business. So I just do because I love Nicholas. It's for me, it's my life. I say that a lot of time, and I will keep saying that. It's the only things that I can do. Try to help people, try to share the love if I can, keep everyone positive, especially in this time, and that's what I will do. And for the haters, I always say it's fine. I have people call me dickhead in front of my face, and literally I didn't care. I had people call me stupid, and I didn't care. Like it's the way that my life works. I don't care about what other people think about me, because it's my life. I am in charge of my life, and I do what I want. So people can think whatever they want. I keep doing my things, and I always say we will see at the end, because everyone is running for something. I'm not running for anything. I'm just running to make sure that I am happy and the people around me will be happy. That's it. At the end, the end is equal for everyone. Everyone is gonna die one day. So why I should be different from someone, or why I should feel different from someone? So yeah. But thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that.
No, you're welcome. And you've been on one hell of a journey too. Not just career wise, and it feels right to see someone like you present yourself how you are, and I just hope you continue to do that.
Oh what do you think that your unique skill is that help you to become successful in this industry?
Unique skill. I would probably say I'm a good multitasker, or good at multitasking, either one. What I've started to realise recently, I'm really good at hand picking individuals to be part of a team for either a job. And I'm currently in the spare time. I'm currently putting together spreadsheets of crews and different departments and who I think would kind of fit well. So yeah, I think I'm really good at bringing people together, especially if they're from different backgrounds, whether that's religious belief or just in general how they grew up. That skill itself really excites me when I've when a job's finished and I've looked back and I've seen the different types of people that have been involved, and they maybe they wouldn't necessarily speak to each other in real life. They may see each other and be like, oh, I won't speak to him, kind of thing. So that's one key skill that I think I am really good at, and just an attention to detail, really, from presenting an idea to the delivery of it as well. So yeah, I'd probably say those three are the main ones, and I suppose those kind of apply to you, especially if you're not just front of house engineer, like if you're a tour manager as well.
Yeah.
And again, with the dealing with different people, right?
Yeah. As I say always, it's all about how friendly you are with people, right? And you need to be able to adapt yourself to a different situation and different people. So that's how a good leader or a good team member can make a team work. I realize in all of this year, especially moving in a new country, that you need to be able to adapt yourself, and but in the same times keep the truth of who you are. And for me at the beginning it's been quite difficult, because coming from Italy, there is a country that is different from UK, where it's not multicultural as is UK. There is just a lot of Italian people, that's it. And here there is a lot different people, different culture, and that's why I love so much this country. And I've been saying this a lot time. Everything that this country gave to me, my country didn't do it. And I will appreciate that for the rest of my life, because this country gave me the opportunity to become someone that I dream of. And I know there's been, I don't want to say painful, because it's been challenging, right, to realize all of this. But I will be always grateful from all the people that helped me to realize what I'm doing. And as you say, it's challenging, because you need to be able to make sure that everyone is happy, and be a good team member and be the guy that is in charge of everyone, as you are saying, is not easy. But if you can understand people, you can make things work. So I guess these are one of the few skills that people needs to have to work on this business, because this is not like a 9-to-5 job that you see in a desk and that's it. Especially, you know better than me, that if you go out for a month to do a shooting or whatever you are doing, a tour, whatever it is, you stay with that people for an amount of time. You need to make sure that you are comfortable and you are happy with them. So
So just at the end of that, like how you know me at the moment, like before, because I just recently moved to London in January, but I grew up in Hertfordshire, just outside of North London. But that, comparing it to how you were speaking about Italy, well, not so much comparing it, but the area I grew up in, the people that were there were quite closed-minded. So in terms of me being, and I fell victim of that, you know, because that's kind of that's all you know, really. So what I used to think about different types of people, it used to rub off on me, not as much as it did with other people, but it then took, once I got into education and then entered the industry, that's when, you know, things started to change. So, you know, I kind of learned how to deal with people through work, and then I applied that to my social life, you know, so it kind of happened the opposite way around for me. In other situations, you'll get people that have dealt with different types of people throughout their social life, and then they're able to bring that skill into their job themselves. So, you know, it can go either way. But
no, I understand that.
But I'm really, you know, those people who are closed-minded, they're still like that, you know. And I've managed to take a turn from all that, and I'm really happy about it. And that's what's made me who I am today. And being quite a social person and getting on with different types of people. So, and then obviously now being in London, you know, there's so much difference to how people are culturally accepted here compared to, you know, where I was originally from. So and it wasn't really the best of times to move into London. But we'll talk about the pandemic and what we're in when you ask me. I don't want to dictate this interview.
No, it's fine. It's fine. what do you think that is the most common reason that a lot of people give up on this business, especially as a photographer? Because I think that is not easy as other kind of job in the industry, because you need to be really talented.
Oh, okay. So, do you mean like keep ahead of the game
Yeah,
almost?
yeah. Or that at some point they say, you know what, I don't want to do this job anymore. I'm just gonna do and shoot wedding, and that's it. I'm not gonna do any live show or events.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I think you constantly, sorry, have to be doing a lot of research into, different techniques,
Mm,
different kind of effects. Um, there you got to know what you want to shoot like before you get to set.
okay.
So you can have a rough idea. So then when you're sitting down and editing it, you're like, okay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I can do that, and there's nothing more rewarding than either posting something that's original. Because the worst thing is if there's a current trend or a really outdated trend, and um, been able to do it. You want something fresh, you want something different. There's what the focus should be on is keeping up with new techniques, whether in video or photos. That's what's going to make you stand out to either your audience or a new employee, because that's what they want. They want something new, not something which is outdated. And
Mm,
that's what I try to keep doing. And also, if you're working in the music sector, documenting artists, be listening to a lot of go to a lot of gigs, even if you're not shooting. I go to more gigs as a punter than I do actually filming or taking photos, which is a lot anyway. So just get out there, go to gigs, connect with artists if you have the chance. I managed to do that whilst I was out in South by. I met some really really cool artists,
right.
some in Europe, some in the States. So yeah, you kind of just to answer your question and summarize all of that. Just do your research online. There's a lot you can learn off YouTube, as you already know,
Yeah.
with different, whether it's shooting or post production, and then get out there, start meeting some artists, and that way that's what's going to keep on exciting you instead of deciding to hang up your camera and shoot a wedding.
Yeah. I agree 100%, because I don't want to be repetitive, but as I say, most of the time it's all about if you really like what you do.
Hmm.
That's it. If you like what you do, nothing will be heavy. Nothing will make you say, "Oh, I don't want to do this job anymore." Also, if you will fail, you will go up and say, "I'm gonna try again because I want to do it because I really want to do it."
Hmm.
So what are you doing during all of this time that we are in lockdown?
Okay. I'll go first. So the weekend when we officially went into lockdown, I think it was on the Saturday or Sunday.
Hmm.
I had the week before. I had a live session shoot booked in, and then I had some portraits booked in, which I was gonna take in my new homemade studio I was telling you about. So they got cancelled. They both got cancelled, and yeah, that it just hit me straight away. And then lockdown came on, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, this is serious. And just before I get into it, up until then, I've been speaking to one of my friends out in the Philippines. He was out in Vietnam at the time, just after the Chinese New Year, which was in
Okay.
January and February. So that's when this thing really started. So I was on the phone to him constantly. Nothing had come over here yet, and then obviously by March it arrived. We went on lockdown, and then I had a whole week. I moved to London in January, and none of my housemates were in, so I had a whole week where I was on my own, and that was probably the most challenging week, I'd say, because it's just trying to get yourself into a new routine.
Yeah.
So then I started running 5K every morning.
Wow. Okay. That's
Working, yeah, 5K every morning. and then working out in the middle of the day. You're going to laugh at this. So I haven't got any. I haven't got any weights at home, unlike you. You seems like you've got a nice little setup.
Well,
So,
I've got just two pair of weights, but yeah.
yeah. But listen to this. I've been out in the garden lifting like sandbags and paint
Oh, well,
pots.
it's fine. Yeah, it works.
Yeah. So I've been doing that, and then I've been doing my yoga before bed as well, which has given me kind of a good balance. And lastly, I'm so glad this isn't a video podcast, because I haven't cut my hair or anything. I'm looking like a big sheepdog at the moment.
Well, I am lucky because I don't need to. I don't need to go to the barber. I've got just a machine, just trim everything. But,
Yeah.
as you know, I just take everything off, all like short hair, and just the beard is a bit long, but for the rest, it's nice and easy. How long have you been doing meditation?
I've been doing it for over a year now.
Nice.
My first introduction to yoga, it was yoga at first. When at the end of my America trip, I was in the Orange County, and I done it there on the beach for the first time with my cousin and uncle. I wasn't fully connected at that point. I just done it. I don't know whether it was the scene around me that made it so good. But then I got back to the UK, and then I started following the same yoga instructor who run that session. And then it was just YouTube tutorials religiously, like every day when I woke up. And then I started going to the yoga classes at my gym. And then more so now, I'm kind of looking further into the transcendental meditation, just away from yoga itself. Because I feel for yoga, you do get a form of meditation, but you can obviously go a lot deeper with it, which I don't want to talk about it too much, because I'm still learning. But that's kind of where I'm at, really, and it's fitted into my routine. It's almost been like that's what's been missing.
Okay.
And it's helping me. It's helping me creatively. Sorry, because throughout my career, I obviously worked with a lot of musicians and artists, and you've probably heard this as well. And when you hear stories about how they have like a creative session, and they just write a song, and they're able just to get it out in one session. I've up until now, I've really struggled with that. Okay. And I've really envied these people that tell me these amazing stories. And since I started yoga and meditation, I'm just getting my ideas out a lot clearer. And that's what this whole process has been throughout this pandemic. I haven't rushed to put out content, churn out content, as I told you earlier. It's just about kind of having that spare time that I needed to focus on these things, and so that's kind of how that has played a part.
Yeah, I found myself the same things. I started to do meditation 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Because I've been following Tony Robbins. I don't know if you know. He's a big for quite a long time. Because I've done a couple of training with him in the past, and that helped me a lot during my life and during also this year. And I just put the meditation in my routine. So I do different kind of meditation style. I mean, I call meditation, but it's different kind of things that I put myself in a state of mind where it's just me and me. That's it. And it's good. I do most of the time. I do it in early morning. So before, when all of this was not happening, my routine was quite easy. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, do a bit of meditation, go to the gym, do a workout, and go to work. If I was starting 5 o'clock in the morning, or if I was on tour, it was quite different routine, because if I need to start to work at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, because I've got a conference or anything is happening, I just do my meditation in the night before to go to bed. Because I think that is good routine. You need to have at least 10-15 minutes for yourself, and that things can help you quite a lot. And that's how but it's for me, it's one thing that I can't miss. I need to do it. I just keep my mind really clear. And I remember the last year, it's been quite a tough year for me, because I lost my grandma and my uncle and my dog in like 6 months, and it's been pretty brutal, because I was here working, I've been busy to work, so yeah. But with all of these kind of meditation and be like really, really positive as I always am, I went through all of this without massive problem. Because when you live alone, it's always like you don't see no one and you're always working. It's quite kind of like easy to get into panic and say, "Oh, what is happening to me? Everything is happening at once." But it's okay. I went through this, but as I said, meditation is important. Yeah, people should start to do it as yoga. I mean, I've been trying to do yoga, hot yoga. I don't know if you.
Bikram. Well, you're not allowed to call it Bikram yoga anymore.
Okay.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the documentary about?
No, I didn't. No.
On Netflix. No. All right. Okay. Well, let's just call it hot yoga for now.
Okay. But yeah, so it's a lot of things. It's always good to do.
Yeah.
Let me think. How do you continue to keep yourself update with all the stuff that's happening on the business? With learning new stuff. I don't know. In your case, maybe it can be a software for video editing or software for
So what's really been good about throughout this period, there's a lot of resources online, and despite our industry being the most affected by all of this, the commercial industry, the music industry, and also the film and TV, there's a lot of resources, a lot of webinars that are out there. I've been watching 𝐥𝐤𝐬, who are a commercial music video production company, and each week they've been putting on these webinars called 𝐥𝐤𝐬 Connects. If I just tell you what kind of webinars they've been putting on, how to write a treatment, how to, music video ideas, to how to creatively work with archive footage. That's one of them, so I've been learning a lot through those webinars. And also there's been screen skills. They do a lot on finances for freelancers in the film and TV sector. So yeah, there's a lot that I'm learning. Adobe Creative Cloud, they are giving 1 month free trial.
A
free month to people. So you can download that, and if you're an existing member, you can get 2 months free as well with what's going on at the moment. So I'm learning a lot of stuff in not just in pre-production, but also practically, like with my camera, thinking of different types of rigs to make me handle it a lot easier during shoots. And then as you said, just learning certain effects on in post-production on certain softwares. And I've also the reason why I haven't churned out so much content is obviously I want to learn more than actually start shooting stuff for the sake of it. So one thing I have been doing, which I'm only going to do once I get a haircut, I've found some really cool spots around the house where I'm going to take some self-portraits of myself. I've really come up with a few looks in terms of what I'm going to wear, and I get some really sweet daylight which comes through my house through certain parts of it. So yeah, that's something I'm not going to rush into because I'm kind of just planning it at the
No.
moment.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be using those colorama rolls that I was telling you about with the stand, and be really creative with it. So
Nice.
that's kind of been my mindset throughout all of this. And then also lastly, just to finish off on that point. People, from what you're seeing online, obviously people are still working and stuff. You got to remember when we were, at full steam, we were kind of always wanting some spare time, So I think it's right at this stage, just to kind of be able to chill out, be able to get through that watch list you have on your Google documents, which I have,
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am creatively in my headspace throughout this period.
Nice.
And what about you?
Well, I'm doing YouTube, as you can see, a lot of podcast stuff, and I've been doing a lot of training with the 𝐥𝐤 and 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬. There is different stuff going on.
Nice.
But I am more, at this moment, I'm more focused on the fact that I want to try to put content out to try to help a lot of people, because I know that a lot of people now are home, so they've got time to learn more stuff. And I need to say, I'm doing a lot mentor. So at the beginning, I was doing mentor just for a couple of people because I didn't have a lot of time. So I have got like a scheduled call every month, like 2 times a month or once a month. I've got a guy from US that I help to get through the business and get into the business. And actually, I recorded a podcast with him last week about this, just to share. There's a kind of way to help people also through mentorship. That can be something that nowadays is so difficult to find, because a lot of people just think about money. And I say always, for me, spend 30 minutes with someone if I am free. It's not a big problem. I can give 30 minutes of my life to someone if I know that that guy will be happy and will realize something. So yeah, I try to keep myself busy in this way and try to help other people. My mission is that one. I'm gonna try to do it. But yeah,
good.
Last question, Nicholas, and that's the big one. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, in the next 5 years, well, what my plan for this year was, which is an area we haven't spoke about, I really wanted to go on tour this year. I really wanted to shoot a documentary of an artist or a band. I had a few people I was going to approach, so that was one of my goals for this year, alongside being a live camera operator on a tour, or maybe just a single live show. So yeah, that with what I've worked on up until now, those were kind of my next steps.
Right. Okay.
Within like the live music sector. So those two are definitely going to be down on there. Whether it's a UK tour, start on a UK tour, and build up and start the European tours. That's what I've up until now I've kind of been working towards.
Nice.
So, and also amongst all this, I'm currently rebranding my company. I'm just setting a launch date for it. So once that's relaunched, I just want to build. I've got a small, tight-knit team around me, but I just want to start now working on bigger productions.
Nice. Okay.
Because at the moment, it's either a job where I'm the self-shooter, or I either have like a small team of maybe 5, and we have all different roles. So yeah, it's all about growing the company, getting settled down here in Waltham Forest, where I am in East London, and kind of possibly getting my own premises within the 5 years, and getting a lot more established, not just as an individual company name, because I really want to carry on creating music documentaries, music promos, whether that's a music video, live session. And also I really want to get back into the fashion scene. I've done one ad campaign for like a boutique magazine a few years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of want to start producing more of those, and I don't know, maybe a long-term goal is, one time have one of those fashion videos in front of one of the shops,
Nice. Yeah.
5 years, that's kind of I suppose.
Good.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. And what about you?
You are the first one to actually ask. I want to keep doing what I do, try to help people to get into this business, because I know how difficult it is. And especially for me, it's been difficult now. It's still difficult to try to do a good tour, because there is a lot of people out there, and it's a tough business. So you need to make sure that you can give something that other people can do. That's how you show people that they need to call you and another guy. But in the same times, I need to say I am not a good. I mean, I'm competitive, but I am competitive with myself. So if I do something, I do because I want to show myself that I can do better, right? And that's how I wanna evolve in these next 5 years. I wanna do better in my job, because I need to show myself that I am good enough to work on a top level. And when I say top level, I mean working for an arena tour, for a stadium tour. It doesn't matter the artist. I just want to be able to work at that level, because I can work with more people. So I can help more people. Because believe, when you work as a production manager or tour manager, you help people to get through the tour, to get to the job. So that's my end goal. That I will be focused for the next 5 years is at the age of 37, I will be one of the good production manager, tour managers in. I don't want to say the word, because I think that's too much. But I want to be one of the good one.
You want to be recognized.
One of the good guy that people, the young generation, will look me and say, "Look, that guy, he made it. He made it because he worked hard, because he been nice with everyone, he helped everyone." Because I think that if I give people, but I don't expect nothing back. You know what I mean? What I do is because I want to just give. I don't want anything back from no one. I never ask for anything. And I've got a lot of friends that work with big artists, and I never, believe me, I never ask. I say, "Look, put me in that job." The only things I can do, I always say, if something happened, that someone is not able to come to a show, give me a call. That's it. But I never say, "Look, you are my best friend, or you are my friend, you work with this artist, put me in the job." No. And I will never do it, because the feeling, the goosebump that will give when you do something by yourself, with your strength, is not the same when someone gives to you the cake already done. And I prefer to make the cake by myself and find all the ingredients that I need in the next 5 years. So that's my plan.
I like that last bit. I can kind of relate to that as well. So okay. Well, I've got something to ask you.
Go ahead.
It's not like I'm just gonna.
It's fine.
Turn this into an interview on you, but
no, it's fine. I love it. It's perfect.
Okay, cool.
You can ask everything you want. You have got all the time in this world.
Really, I'm always used to there not being a lot of time and
No.
Okay.
I forgot the next interview is at 8 o'clock. So for me, we're gonna stay until 8.
Cool. So from telling you that I wanted to go on tour this year, what kind of advice could you give me on things to look out for or to be aware of?
So couple of things. Your job right now is one of the more requested jobs that there is, for 2 reasons. One is social media content. 2 is all the YouTube stuff that is happening right now. A lot of artists want to be able to share what happened on the road, right? Because they want to make the fun part of that things also if they are not able to come to the show. So my suggestion will be try to connect with more tour manager and it's mainly tour manager and manager. Production manager doesn't care much of this, but the tour manager is the one with production manager. Sometimes it depends on the size of the tour, but mainly is the tour manager and the management of the band. So try to get contact with this kind of people. Try to go to gig, as I think that you already do, but go to gigs and shoot for people, and after put on social media the picture, right?
Yeah.
And tag them on your picture so they can see the job that you have done. And if they like the shot, they will maybe send you a DM and say, oh, I love this shot, what you do? And also try to give them video content, because the video content, especially the 1 minute content, is the content that nowadays people are looking for, because they want the short content, but it needs to be impressive. So when they scroll their Instagram page or Facebook page, they see that content and say, wow, this shot is nice, let me keep watching the video. Be yourself, man. What are you doing? I guess that is already good. You just need a couple of contact to get start a couple of new tours. And during this time, just put yourself content out on your social media. Just put all the shoot that you have done. Just every day, just put. Don't care about if people say, "Why he's putting picture." Don't care. You don't need to care about others. Just care of what you want to do. And imagine that if you want to achieve something, you need to push hard, right? And you're pushing hard in this time, especially that everyone is on the bloody phone every day and is online. Just do short video on YouTube, short video on Instagram, short video on Facebook. Put your stuff everywhere. Make sure that people will know that you are there and you are doing stuff for everyone.
Got you.
Okay. This is the best advice that I can give you at this time of the year, right? Because if it was a festival season, I could say you go to the festival and shoot more pictures as possible. Also, if you take 10 pictures for each artist and there is 25 artists, you have got 200 pictures, right? You can share 200 pictures on Instagram, okay? And you can tag 200 artists. On 200 artists, there will be someone that will say, oh, you want to come to see my show? And you maybe can take a couple of pictures. And from that picture, you can start a relation. So, yeah, it's all about just give them the taste of what you can do. So they can say, wow, this guy is better than other photographers, right?
Get their lips wet.
Yes, yeah. That's it. That's how it is. Because people need to see things. And if you start to be that kind of people, say, look, I come to shoot your picture, but you need to pay me. And maybe they don't know you, right? They say, why should I call you that I don't know you? You ask me for money when I can call you Matthew, that is already my photographer, and I already pay him. Why? So that's the two things. When you want to show people what you can do, especially the first time, the first impression, you need to make sure that you give them a bit of taste.
Yeah.
Okay. And this will take a bit of time, maybe. This will take a bit, you will lose money because maybe you're going to the gig and you need to pay for your car, for the fuel, for the bus, whatever it is. But that's the price that you need to pay to get somewhere. And I've done the same in the past. I've done a lot of job for free. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud of what I've done because I was able to make the money after, because I was able to sell myself to that person and make the money that I lost the first time. And that's all the game. A lot of people, what I always say, you need to see yourself as a business, right? You don't need to see yourself as a normal self-employed or a normal, you are a business. Okay, so you need to be able to sell yourself as a big company or another big corporate will do, right? The other corporate maybe have got marketing people, right? And they've got people that are the website for them. You need to do all of this stuff by yourself. So if you put the artwork in, you work hard to achieve something, in the long term, because I always say in the long term, you will see result. Don't rush. Don't think, oh, I need to do this now. No, because you have got time. You're still young, and the good thing is that you want to learn always. And this, believe me, will make sure that you will be always on top of the game, and you will give always a good product to the people. So keep doing what you're doing, because I think that you're doing a good job. So.
Yeah, I'm just thanks for that. There's a few things that you mentioned there which I've kind of already done. You know, just go to a gig with your camera, take some shots if they're good enough. You know, upload them and tag whoever's in it. So yeah, you're right, and I'm thinking to do a similar thing to how I'm going to get back into fashion. And I know a few people with like their own boutique. I don't really enjoy throwing that word out there, but a clothing company. And I may just approach them and just do a little short video, like a lookbook of their pieces, just so I can create something and then approach someone else after that and be like, oh, recently I shot a collection of a friend of mine. Can I create some content for your agency? You know, So that's kind of I kind of approach it similar to how you've mentioned as well. Are there any pet hates you have on tour? Like things you can't. Do you know what a pet hate is? You know, things that you don't really. You can't stand that.
It's strange. I don't ever got any. I mean, for me, it's just normal life. You know, when I'm on tour and I do something, it's just normal. There's nothing that I don't like or dislike. There is sometimes happen there is a problem with other people that are with you. But as I said at the beginning, you need to be able to adapt yourself. Yeah. So, but you are a cool guy. So it means that for you will be able to make sure that everyone will be friendly and everyone will be happy. What I can say is just try at the beginning, try to understand how people react and how people are. And at that time you can react to them in the way that they will say, okay, this guy is okay. But at the same time, you need to be yourself. So it's all about the good balance. You know, you need to find the right balance that will make you happy and will make you go through the tour without problem, but will make you also able to stay and survive with other people.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, I think that did they answer the question or?
Yeah, no, it certainly did. Yeah, it certainly did. And who do you kind of do you look up to anyone in terms of any engineers, or it may not even be not even be anyone in the industry, you know? So
I've been looking up a couple of people, to be fair. There is a good friend of mine that is a tour manager, actually. Yeah, I think that he's still a tour manager. He's from US. He's called Aubrey. And he's been one of my inspiration. There is a good friend of mine called 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐬, that is he have got a company, production company, and it's funny because I've been trying to work for him for over 3 years, and we didn't know each other, and I've been trying always to get in contact with him. And I remember that I was keeping sending message, email, no answer, nothing. And I ended up last year actually to have a chat with him. And actually this year, and he ended up to say, look, let's try to arrange something. And something started, but I was busy in another job, so he said, that's fine, we were going to do something during the year. And now all of this happening, that's one of my big dream, like work for him, for one of his artists is one of my big dream, because I just respect him as a person, because he's like me, he's hardworking, and he gained all the stuff that he have by himself. And the good things that around him, there is a good team of nice people. So I love all the people around him, that they are really nice. The team is really good. And after there is, as a good friend of mine that maybe you know, it's Chris Keeley. Yeah. So he's been my mentor for over 4 years now. So yeah, he's he's one of my best friend. I can say that aloud. And he's been quite a big part of my work life, and it's been really helpful. And as a sound engineer, there is Davide Lombardi. That is an Italian friend. He's one of the best in what he does. He works for Dido. He has done Brian Ferry, a lot of artists. And he's one that I look up as a sound engineer, because I really appreciate. And also he was the reason why I moved in UK, because he moved over here 15 years ago. And he started as I started. So I was looking up him when I was back in Italy. I say, I'm going to go in UK. I'm going to do what Davide is doing now. Where I am now is because of him, actually, because I have looked up to him and I say, I'm going to do that stuff as well. So, yeah.
What is the biggest tour you've been on?
There is no one in particular. There is one that I really enjoy and I really loved. That is the one with Billy Bragg that I did last year.
Okay,
yeah, 2 months. Say again?
I think I saw bits of that.
Yeah. 2 months on tour. It's just because Billy is such an amazing person, and I've learned so much being tour with him as a person, especially. I just love it so much that it's been one of. Actually, I've got something coming up with him next year, but so that's one of my big tour. I didn't do big massive stuff, unfortunately, because as I say, there was no I've been more concentrated to give myself a name,
of course.
So and that took me almost, let's say, 5 years, because I've been working full time for 2.5 years. So the other 2.5 years I've been trying to put myself out, show people what I can do. And I think that, as I say, in the next 4 or 5 years, I'm really confident, because I know myself, that I'm gonna achieve what I want to do.
Good. Yeah, no, I only asked the question because I wanted to know kind of what scale of tours you've worked on. I kind of caught a grip of what kind of size, but I just wanted to know, who your favorite person was.
I do. In the past, I've done DJ stuff, but not much, because it was too much for me. But I might. The program was to do a couple of more DJ this year, but with all of this happening, I don't know what's going to happen. So I hope the next year will be a good mix of DJ and a couple of new artists, because I'm confident that there will be more stuff coming up. So
where do you kind of see the whole live streaming side to things happening at the moment?
I think look, it's something that was supposed to happen already in the last 2 years. It is a big thing, but a lot of people still are afraid to do it, for one reason, because I think that doing in that way, a lot of people will avoid to go to gigs. But I don't think that that's the things. I think that the live stream is good because you can stream everywhere, and a lot of people can just say, "Oh wow, that party is cool. Next time I'm gonna go to that party." You know what I mean?
Sure.
Especially for the concert, I think that a lot of artists are not smart enough to think to sell their concert or Netflix or Amazon or YouTube, because imagine if you share your concert, right, a tour every night on a YouTube. Imagine how much money you can make just for the ads. Imagine how much money you can make if you speak with YouTube and say, "Look, I am Ed Sheeran or Died or whatever it is," right? And say, "Look, I'm gonna give you 10 my live concert in 10 different cities." Imagine how nice it will be that people in different parts of the world, maybe that was not able to go to the show, they can see the concert. You know what I mean? People still think that concert is just go to a gig and that's it. But you need to think that there is an amount of people that they are not able to go to a gig for a lot reason. And people will always pay for go to a gig, always, because the contact that you can have with an artist can be taken from just a live streaming. So people will always go to the gig and always enjoy that moment. So I think that there is a good opportunity. And the good things will be who will be the first one to take this opportunity and make money of it. And I need to say, I see Jeff Bezos, I see Amazon, one of the company that can do good things, because he's really smart. It's strange that Apple didn't do anything yet. They have done a couple of shows on the Apple TV stuff, but not as the idea of go and do like a proper live streaming. Because I think that they were doing like a show at Roundhouse a couple of years ago where they were doing the streaming. I don't remember, Apple something. I don't remember. Anyway, there was a show at Roundhouse. Yeah. But yeah, I think the streaming is something that's going to happen big in the next future years. So definitely, if you can just invest in that things, because this that will happen for sure.
Yeah, I'm currently thinking of doing a live stream on my birthday, which is coming up this month, and I want to include a few artists that I have in mind, some friends. So yeah, I don't really want to say too much about it now. If it happens or not. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Again, I could have rushed into this at the start of lockdown, you know, if I really wanted to churn out content and just do a live stream of, you know, anything. But again, like within live streaming, I've been learning a lot throughout this period, because the live streaming broadcasting productions I've worked on, some have been big, some have been quite small, but it hasn't been as small as what we use now to live stream, you know. So it's a bit of a different learning curve. So it's exciting because, you know, as you said, something that should have happened 2 years ago. We've had all this technology here, and how we're all kind of immersing ourselves with it at the moment and learning how to use it. I think it's great for the future and how we come out of all of this. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to utilize the tool now and in the future anyway, because most of my broadcasting work, it wasn't done like through my company. It was just working freelance. So whether it was for Boiler Room or the Roundhouse.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, wow.
Yeah. Oh, you got excited there.
I am a big fan. I've been trying to go one of the show for a long time, but I don't know how to get in on a show. Yeah, but yeah, it's I love the stuff that they do. Yeah, been following them from long time.
Yeah. I've done a few things for them. Like my first one was I done Notting Hill Carnival back in 2017. So yeah, that was really exciting. Very fun at the same time. A lot of people, obviously. And then yeah, I've done a few other things with them since. They've done their own festival actually down in Peckham last year. So yeah, they're really an exciting company to work with. And then the stuff at the Roundhouse. Obviously, that isn't so much DJing stuff. It's more so spoken word. I've even filmed a circus in the main space, because you know the scale they've got in that main space. You can practically do anything you want there, to the point where I also worked for the Royal Opera House, who staged one of their productions at the Roundhouse. So there was a revolving stage, and yeah, that was very challenging to have. I think we had about 5 or 6 cameras positioned, so imagine a revolving stage, like a moving stage, and trying to pick up your characters. And that's probably the longest I've camera operated for standing up. I think it was just over, I think it's between an hour and a half or 2, probably more, 2 hours. And I was stuck in between like these tight chairs, and there was people behind me, and I'm a tall person, so I had to crouch down a bit. But it was worth it. It was a really good performance. So yeah, as I said, this bug to work in the live sector has always been there. So I try and I'm working towards my live camera operating stuff as much as I am my video and photography. So, you know, just keeping busy, and hopefully I can kind of reach the goals that I spoke to you about in the next 5 years, and I'm sure at that stage your platform, your podcast, is I'm going to be fighting to get on here. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to come back on again.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Yeah.
Have a conversation, and even just away from the podcast, just be more in touch via the phone. Because I definitely think when I first met you at South by and the brilliant job you've done at the BME.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing the t-shirt at the moment. Did you get one, right, or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing it at the moment. From when I first met you, you kind of, in terms of like the content ideas you had whilst you were there, talking about your desk and stuff like that. Doing some sort of kind of work within that, like a demonstration of a desk. And I know there's a lot of people need to know that, don't they? For sure. So then, once I saw that, and we had little conversations about the whole digital side of things, like social media.
Yeah.
I remember when we were having our downtime, having the barbecue.
Yeah.
You were just showing me stuff. You just showing me stuff on Instagram that I didn't really know about. So you've, as I said, like you've had a brilliant journey, and like where you are at the moment and what you already know is good, and the fact that you're mentoring people as well at the same time you can offer that advice is a really good look. So yeah, I'm happy for you. And,
thank you.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to what future holds.
I am sure that if something will come up, you are the first name of my list of people to call if I need a good photographer or videographer. So that was already in the book without doubt. Problem is always find the right tool and with the right people. That it's always a bit of a mess. But yeah, man.
But on that note, you got to remember that before you make that decision to approach someone like me, a content creator, you got to remember there's actually quite a lot you can do with your phone. Like, you'll be surprised. There's so much you can do.
But you know what? If you work with a good artist, they want a proper guy just to follow them every day. So I need someone that is able to do just.
Oh right, okay, yeah. No, I'm not trying to avoid you from hiring me at any stage. No. I just mean, like, for instance, like even with my phone camera at the moment, like I'm just finding out new things about. Well, I don't know whether that's because I'm just a bit of a camera geek, but I'm seeing comparisons to the image quality of your phone compared to another camera, and that at the moment it's almost spot on, so it's definitely, I think a lot of people are doing it as well, that you're seeing a lot of stuff online. You're like, oh, is that shot on a phone or is that shot on the camera?
A lot of people don't know the difference sometimes because they think that camera is sometimes a better phone, but a good phone can be a good one as well, so you can do good stuff also with the phone. I mean, I do my stuff with an iPhone, so
yeah, exactly. That's my point. And so I suppose so far for the content that you're putting out at the moment, that's what it's good for, minimizes cost and so thanks for having me on here. I know we've gone on for like, how long are we on? Like an hour now, but
it's fine.
I just wanted to say kind of what I wanted to say for your audience to hear, and more importantly for us to kind of connect like this more than we kind of ever have done, because that's one thing, like when you meet someone at that point in their life, you only know them from that point and onwards. You don't know like anything before. That's why it was really interesting listening to is it Chris's interview?
Chris.
It was really good to listen to that and kind of like hear your backstory a bit from like your time in Italy and the decisions you obviously had to make, and things I didn't even know about. So it's great. Thanks for having me.
No worries, man. Thank you so much for all your kind word, and for me means a lot. It's this is a tough word, and a lot of people just don't appreciate what other people do. I had a chat a couple of weeks ago on Facebook with someone because they said that I was a liberal because I was giving video for free on YouTube. And my answer was quite easy. I say, that's fine, just don't watch my stuff. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's I am a guy that really don't care about what other people say. All the negativity for me is are always positivity. If someone is upset with my stuff, it means that people look my stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing something stupid. I'm not damage anyone. I'm just doing what I love to do, and I don't need to give any explanation to no one for what I do. And I want that other people would do the same. If you have got anything to share, just do it. People need to know. People need to see new stuff, and we can learn every day from other people. Don't be ashamed of what you are. I just put a picture, actually a video on my Instagram page yesterday about my update of my physique. I've got not an athletic physique, but I've lost 4 kilos in a month, and for me, it's a big achievement. And
Course, yeah.
I'm not ashamed to show my body if there is also a bit of fat. I don't care. You know what I mean? Life is nice, is wonderful because of that. Because you can show who you really are. And nowadays, I don't care if someone will say, "Oh, you look fat or you look ugly." Why I should care? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, when the most important things is really know who you are inside yourself rather than outside, because people always forget one thing, and I'm gonna wrap up with these things because I think that's important.
Yeah.
One day we will get older, and our body will get old as well. The inside is the main things that matter. The inside, how we are, our soul, it will be the only things that will keep young and we stay fit, and will be the one that we will keep for the rest of our life. So why I should care about a judgment of someone saying that maybe I am fat or I'm ugly? I don't care. That's your opinion. It's fine. I accept that. I say, okay, that's fine. But I don't care about what other people think. I just say, okay, that's fine. But for me, in Italy we say from one ears get in and from the other ears get out. So
Okay, I see. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I suppose here we kind of have a similar kind of thing. Like it went through one ear and out the other kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Well, you just on that, like,
Yeah. Good.
lucky for you to be able to kind of like post videos like that. I've just going back to kind of weight transformation.
Yeah.
Like I used to be really big when I was like back in secondary school. So
Wow. I was 115 kilos, 2009, 2007. Yeah.
115
Yeah.
kilos.
There is a picture on Instagram. Yeah.
I see it. I see it. You know, I was. I think back then I was like 90. Well, this was. Oh, where was it? 2015. So that was just off. That was during college. Sorry, I was like 96 kg. And then now I'm like 12 stone. So I've almost lost. Is that 10? Is that 10 kg? Right?
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But I'm nowhere near the stage of kind of, posting any picture.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's a lot of confidence. Like I've always kind of wanted to, be able to do that. But it's good, it's showing that you're growing confidence, especially from like where you were.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with you doing that,
Yeah.
So yeah, as you said, can we swear on it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Yeah.
Fuck the haters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I don't care. I told you. I just like. I always say people can judge me how much they want, and I don't care, man. It's it's how I live my life, and I had a lot of people tell me in the past, oh man, you are fat, or you will never achieve what you want to do, you will never be able to do what you want to do. And now I'm 32, I'm losing the fat that I want to, I'm getting stronger as I want to, I am achieved the goal that I want in my business. So I'm not ashamed of myself. Actually, I'm proud of myself every day, and I will keep doing that for the rest of my days, because I help people, I try to be myself every day, and I show people who really I am. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm happy with that. So yeah.
Good. Self-love is very important.
Yeah.
Very important. So yeah, great. I'll let you drop the mic on that.
That's fine, man. Thank you once again for listening, guys. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube to listen more episodes. And remember, be positive. Life is fun.